Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a simple encryption program using a for loop. So to start off with, I'm going to create a simple variable which I am going to define myself using the input function, where I will say enter word, and that will prompt the user to type in a string which will then be converted. I'm also going to create an empty variable just called new word. There we go. Which will store the encrypted word when the encryption process has been completed. So now that I have got my two variables, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a for loop, and I'm going to call my iteration variable letter just to make it easier to read. And I'm going to say for letter in word. So for each letter in the word, what I'm going to do is first and foremost, I'm going to convert the letter from plain text into ASCII. Okay, so give me that ASCII value, that number. So I'll say letter equals odd, and then the iterative variable inside the odd function. So that will turn it into a number. Once I've then done that, I'm going to then say, well, letter equals, and this is where I would add my mathematical function to it in order to create my encryption. Okay, I'm going to keep it nice and simple in this instance. I'm just going to say letter equals letter add 3. So what that will in fact do is it will just shift the ASCII value from 3 places down. So for example, if it was a capital A, it would be 65, and it would move 3 places down to 68, which would be a capital D. Once I've done that, I can then say, or convert it back into a plain text character. I can say letter equals CHR for character, and then the value, which was the ASCII value, and then from that I then need to, it's doing one letter at a time, so I need to now go through a process of concatenation in order to piece my word back together. So I'll say new word equals new word plus letter, and that should create a string which keeps adding on the letter to the end. And once that has been finished, I can simply then just print new word like that. So if I was to run that program now, I'll run it. As we save it, I'll just call it encryption. You can see here it's going to ask me to type something in. I'll just write hello, and there we go. It has returned an encrypted value.